We had been on Crown Lake in Tennessee since Friday morning. 4 of us, $500 in collective gear between us, and in 4 hours of fishing, we had not had a single strike. The group that fished the same water the week before us had managed only 9 pounds across 2 full days on the same water. We were on track to match that, not in a good way. An older man appeared on the bank around mid-morning. He lived on the property directly adjacent to the lake and had been watching us for a few minutes before he spoke. He was 71 years old with no tackle bag that I could see. He asked whether any of us in the group were using paste. None of us had any idea what he was talking about. He said he would be back and disappeared toward the property. 40 minutes later, he came back with a plastic container, a yellowish mass inside that had a faint shine to it and smelled like something between a kitchen and the outdoors. His name was Ben, and he had been fishing Crown Lake his whole life. He said his father used the same preparation for decades. His father's father had used the same preparation before that. They called it barn pantry mix because every ingredient came from the same pantry that supplied the farmhouse kitchen. Ben formed 3 balls, roughly the size of a large olive, walked to the edge of the water, and tossed them in about 18 inches in front of our casting position. He said to count to 30 before putting any line in the water. He said cast into the center of the yellow cloud that forms. 15 seconds after the first cast, the first strike. In 3 hours, the 4 of us pulled 51 pounds of fish from the same lake that had given 9 pounds in 2 full days to the 4 anglers who had fished the same water the week before us. Ben said the paste had never once failed to produce in his experience. He said the only time people reported poor results was when they used the wrong type of cornmeal or did not wait the full 30 seconds. The 3 ingredients are fine cornmeal, pure honey, and cinnamon. Total cost of the 3 ingredients under $2, enough to supply a full afternoon of fishing from one batch. Not a tackle shop product, not a formula that requires chemistry, not something that any manufacturer holds a patent on. It is knowledge that existed and worked before the tackle shops arrived and started charging for inferior synthetic alternatives. What makes this combination compelling beyond the result at Crown Lake is the pattern of where this same formula appears historically. In the Mississippi Delta, fishermen passed a preparation of cornmeal, molasses, and anise from father to son for generations. In traditional carp fishing in China, documented since at least the 17th century, anglers used cereal pastes with honey and aromatic spices prepared fresh before each fishing session. In South American river communities, similar fermented grain and sweetener preparations were standard before commercial products arrived. 4 different regions and 4 different cultures with no documented contact with each other across centuries arrived at the same basic formula completely independently. That is not a coincidence, and it is not a marketing story. It is the same biological reality being discovered independently by communities that needed to feed themselves from local water. Those communities did not have access to tackle shops. They had the water, the fish, and trial and error over generations. The formula that emerged works across species and continents because fish biology does not change based on geography. A largemouth in Tennessee and a carp in China use the same basic chemoreception system to locate food in the water. The paste works in both places for exactly the same reason. Ben said the first time he showed the paste to a younger angler, the man looked at the 3 ingredients and laughed out loud. He said that same man called Ben 3 weeks later to ask for the recipe. He said that follow-up call always came within a month of showing it. Not once in 71 years had the call failed to come. He said the paste had never once failed to produce the same reaction. Before I walk through the exact recipe and preparation sequence, the kind of consistent result Ben described, fish after fish on the same water that had given almost nothing all week, comes from understanding more than just what goes in the water. It comes from knowing when fish are feeding, where they hold, and how conditions like barometric pressure and moon cycles affect activity levels before you ever reach the bank. I put together everything I know about those patterns into a complete system for anglers who want results every trip. Scan the QR code in the top left corner of your screen, or click the first link waiting in the description below. Stay here because the preparation sequence has one step that Ben called letting the paste wake up before use. And that step is what separates a good result from an exceptional one. Here's the recipe exactly as Ben made it at Crown Lake that morning. Add 3 tablespoons of fine cornmeal to a small container. It must be fine cornmeal specifically, not the coarse variety. Coarse cornmeal sinks rapidly and does not create the suspended cloud that carries the scent signal through the water column. Fine cornmeal creates a slow-moving suspension of particles that each act as a small, moving scent source in the water. Do not add any other ingredient to the container yet. Add 1 tablespoon of pure honey over the cornmeal slowly. Let the container sit for 20 seconds before you touch it. The honey needs to begin hydrating the cornmeal from underneath before you work the mixture or apply any pressure to it. If you mix immediately, the honey coats the outside of the cornmeal without penetrating it, and the paste will not hold together correctly. After 20 seconds, add half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Do not mix the ingredients together at this point. Now mix using a circular motion, pulling the dry cornmeal from the outer edges of the container toward the center. Press the mixture against the bottom of the container to bind it. The finished paste should hold its shape when you form a ball and press it lightly, holding together for 5 to 6 seconds before it begins to soften from the heat of your hand. If the paste sticks too aggressively, add a small pinch of cornmeal. If it crumbles when you form it, add a single drop of honey. Now, the step that Ben called letting the paste wake up. After mixing, form the paste into balls and place the container in direct sunlight for 10 minutes before using it. The heat from the sun accelerates the volatilization of the aromatic compounds in the cinnamon and the honey. It creates a stronger descending scent column when the paste enters the water and begins to dissolve at the surface. Ben said you could feel the difference in how the paste smelled before and after the 10-minute sun exposure period. He said if you could smell the difference standing above it, the fish could detect it from 30 feet away in the water. Researchers at the University of Tokyo have documented carp detecting amino acid compounds in water at 1 part per trillion, which is the equivalent of a single drop of liquid scent in a body of water the size of an Olympic swimming pool. That become active when the honey contacts warm water. When heated and dissolved in water, those compounds release simultaneously into the surrounding column and spread outward from the source. Cornmeal does not dissolve rapidly the way sugar or salt dissolves. It creates a suspension of fine particles in motion through the water column for several minutes after entry. Each particle is a small moving scent source extending the signal radius. Cinnamon adds a third compound profile that fish associate with decomposing organic matter, a food signal at the biological level. The combination of 3 simultaneous scent signals arriving from a single concentrated location in the water is what pulls fish from a distance toward the specific point where the paste ball was originally introduced into the water. To use the paste, roll a portion the size of a large olive into a ball, compress it lightly in your palm, and walk to the bank edge. Toss it 18 to 24 inches in front of your casting position. Count to 30 while the paste dissolves and forms a yellow cloud. Cast into the center of the cloud after the count. Any bait works because the paste has already concentrated fish in the zone before the line ever enters the water. For rivers with current, add an extra tablespoon of cornmeal to firm the paste so it holds together longer in moving water. For catfish at night, add a pinch of turmeric alongside the cinnamon. Reintroduce a fresh ball every 20 minutes during long sessions to maintain the active scent field before it disperses. The commercial scent market in the United States generates over $4 billion annually in product sales. None of those products can produce a suspended particle cloud of actual natural compounds at $2 per full session. Ben carried the same recipe his grandfather carried on a lake in Tennessee that had given consistent results every time the paste went in the water for 3 generations. He did not have a tackle shop sponsorship or product deal. He did not have a product line, a brand deal, or a YouTube channel. He had a container of $2 grocery ingredients and a technique that produced 51 pounds of fish on a Friday morning when 5 anglers with expensive gear had managed nothing for 4 hours on the same water. That is the only performance metric that should matter. If you want 10 more methods at this same cost level, the Forbidden Baits add-on inside the Angler's Vault has the full list. Scan the QR code in the top left corner of your screen or click the first link waiting in the description below. The complete system is waiting for you inside the Angler's Vault.